So in the last video, we finally got the K24 started. A miracle, I know. Today's mission was to get the K24 tuned, and honestly, we had to take it to the shop and the drive way better than I thought it was going to be. I did what any professional mechanic would do, and we just decided to send it. And the K24 was actually running way smoother than I expected off the rip, which honestly kind of made me suspicious. Like, for a $4,000 Civic with an engine that I swapped in my garage, like, I was genuinely surprised. This felt like a car that could have rolled off the lot yesterday. Yeah, this is the first drive on video. Like I said, we've been driving it for like 5 minutes, but it drives pretty fine. I really don't have any issues with driving it like this so far. And now we just got to get it to the tuner. So if anything happens on the way to the tuner, I guess I'll let you guys know. One thing I forgot to fix before putting everything back together was the AC. There's just one bolt I needed to fix to put all the Freon in the system. And it was like 90 degrees out today. So I was sweating my balls off trying to get this thing to the tuner. Not only that, but I'm nervous. I'm making sure everything's running good, looking at the diagnostics. All right, yeah, so if you look right here, we got our K-tuner up because I do have a K-tuner. And I mean, AFR is sitting at 13.8 right now, which I think is running a little rich. Oh, no, there we go. We started driving it. It looks all right. I mean, I'm not a tuner, but it definitely needs some work. I do have bigger injectors now and stuff too, so we'll get that all sorted out of the shop. But yeah, I mean, it's sitting at what, 186 degrees for the coolant. Everything looks good. No check engine light still. So at this point, my cameraman noticed that we were picking up some knock counts, and we had a misfire on cylinder 1, 2, and 4. Which could be really detrimental, but at this point we just had to get it to the shop because I don't got money for a tow truck anymore. I think I might have did the valve blast adjustment wrong. Now, maybe that's what's creating the knock counts, because we'd have like, what was it, 11? At this point, I noticed a loud ticking coming when I accelerate the car, which is signs of a bad valve blast adjustment, and that could be causing a knock count because that sensor is listening for knocking sounds, which could be mistaken for a tick. So I finally dropped the Civic off at the shop, somehow in one piece, even though we were getting knock counts and everything. Honestly, I'm really happy. I feel like I did something right for once. And the tuner took a look at the car, and he's like, "Why does it have no bumper?" And I was like, "Oh, that's just how I drove it here. I don't know." But yeah, it's finally time. I guess we're gonna see if the K24 and all the Harbor Freight tools were able to get the job done.
A few moments later.
All right, guys. So that Supra was not the shop that we were going to, but that's fine. So I just dropped off the Civic. I didn't record anything in the shop just for the respect of their shop. I don't know if they want people recording in there. I'm not like a huge YouTuber or anything, but we just dropped the Civic off. We're on our way home. I told them everything we had, and yeah, they work specifically on Hondas. If they do a good job, I'll let you guys know where I got it done at, because these guys seem super knowledgeable. The shop seems super cool. There was a K-series just sitting on an engine stand, and just with a big fat turbo on it. So I mean, this shop looked pretty cool. So yeah, so me and cameraman, we're in his Crown Victoria. We're on our way driving home, and yeah.
A few moments later.
All right, so it was finally the moment of truth. So I got the car back from the shop, and I was taking it for the first drive. It was idling nice, throttle response was amazing, and it just felt like a miracle. I mean, I was still low-key terrified, because like every noise, I was just like, okay, is that supposed to happen? But yeah, it was driving extremely well. It felt like the car was actually alive, and all the rough imperfections were just ironed out with this tune, and I was so happy with it. Do that. I mean, I just haven't bothered to get new tires. They said new motor mounts, and otherwise they said it looks like I did a pretty good job. So yeah, so we're about to end up at a major street here. We'll take it for a little rip. We do have a clutch break-in period, but yeah, this thing front is running super smooth. I feel like they did a really good job. So dude, oh my, what the?
What was that?
What's this? Dude, wait, it won't go. So this is when things actually start to get kind of crazy, because I missed the gear when I did my first pull. I tried putting it into 4th, 5th, 6th, and you can see in the video I'm repeatedly trying to put it into 6th, and it won't go into gear. At this time, I actually have no idea what's going on. I'm just trying to make sure my transmission didn't just blow up.
Did it pop out? It popped out of reverse. Did it pop out a second?
No, dude, wait. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. But no reverse. Wait, hold on.
Why did you lose it during the...
What actually? Oh my gosh, dude, we gotta. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I just money shifted. But wait, hold on.
I mean, it was the first pull, so.
Wait, am I?
Yeah, maybe we just are rusty on the sticks. But
okay.
Reverse is popping out. That's not normal.
All right, here we go. Wait, no, dude, it doesn't feel right. So after doing a few pulls, the car would not go into gear if I was above like 5,000 RPM. It would not refuse to go into gear. The gear would pop back into neutral, and I was completely confused on what was going on. I thought the transmission was blown. Something was wrong with my clutch. If the tuner messed something up, I had no idea what was going on. So the next step was just pull over and take a look, see what's going on. All right, guys. So we just pulled over into a parking lot. My stomach is literally at the bottom, bro. Like my heart has sunk, because I just spent literally this whole summer doing the
swap. Like, you guys have no idea how much work has gone into this, and it really will not go into gear. It feels mushy. Anytime I get it above 4,500, like it's in VTEC, and I try to shift, it literally just pops out. And so, I don't know, it seems like the sign of a bad transmission, but let's pop this hood. Literally the first time we're popping this hood. We're just gonna see if we see anything. So, I mean, I don't think we're gonna be able to see any. Hold on, let me look into the car. Let's see. I don't think it'd be leaking. Is it leaking anything? Nah, it's not leaking anything. Looks good. This is so stupid. I don't even know why we're even in here. Like, I don't think we're gonna be able to see anything. All right, we're about to go into first. Ready? First. See anything? All right. Second.
So right here, we found out that my cable was popping out. I was able to swap an entire engine, but for some reason, shift cables are, you know, the final challenge. Like, this is what's causing me to not drive.
That's what it might be? No way, bro. If that's actually what the issue is, we actually just got so lucky. Nah, wait. I don't know if that'll make us miss the gear, because it will still go into gear.
What gear is this?
I was in second, and that was the one when I tried shifting, I went into third. I punched into third, and it literally just popped out. Anyways, we're gonna take this thing home. I'm gonna do some research. Yeah, those cables are not supposed to pop out like that. I don't believe. I'm gonna do some research. See, maybe we just need new shifter cables. Maybe we got really lucky. I'm gonna talk to my tuner too, see if he knows anything about what might have happened. I don't think he will. But yeah, luckily the engine seems okay. But yeah, this is kind of unfortunate. If anything, I didn't know what videos I was gonna make after this. You know, the whole channel was for the swap. So honestly, if we can keep making some content, that'll be great. Do some shifter cables next. Yeah, guys, pray for me, man. All right, guys. So I realized I want to back out of my driveway to give my mom some room to park, and well, we're gonna push this car because look.
Oh shit!
It literally, I think I'm praying it's those shifter cables, but I literally don't.
Missing a whole gear.
We're literally missing the entire reverse. So, all right, guys. So it's probably been about a week since the last clip, and well, I have good news. I've been driving and did some research. The Civic can still drive. So that shift cable, apparently on the 8th gens, the rubber gets frail, brittle, and it'll stretch, and basically it makes it hard to go into your lower gears, the even gears. So 2nd, 4th, 6th. I don't have reverse gear. I don't have 6th gear right now, but it's still drivable. I ordered that and some motor mounts like my tuner had told me I needed. And unfortunately, the shift cables I got from K-Tuned, it's a Canadian company, and due to some tariff stuff going on, I've kind of been having some issues getting those, and they're taking a while to ship. But I did get
the new part that we're installing today. So I did get a rear torque mount, a motor mount for the car, like my tuner had said, and I got the hard race ones. They're a little more expensive, but they're hardened rubber, which is supposed to keep the NVH down inside the cabin, which would be great for daily driving. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna try it out, see if it works.
So just took a look at the service manual. Doesn't look too bad. It literally just looks like I gotta jack this thing up. 2 bolts for this mount. Take out the old one and just plop the new one in. So we'll see how easy it is.
I'm so tired of doing work to this car at this point. Like, it has spent 2 months in my garage, and I get it finally up and running, and it's back on the jack stands.
Right, the car's jacked up. Give it a good shake before I get under it. Make sure it's good. Seems solid now. Let's see what's going on under here. All right, guys, so under the car. Maybe I should raise it up a little higher because it's kind of hard to get some angles, but this is why, well, I guess it's good that I'm underneath the car. But you can see right here, it's definitely leaking oil from somewhere.
I actually can't believe after 1 week, the car is already leaking oil. This car is supposed to, like, fix all my problems by putting in a new engine, and it's just, now we have, like, 3 different problems.
This rubber is, it's definitely blown. It's rolled, it's fragile, and this car's like almost 20 years old at this point. So it's a good thing we got the new one. So take these 2 bolts out, come back down here with the flashlight, something to get these out, and yeah. All right, guys, so I'm under here right now, first bolt. And I was able to break it pretty easy. Man, I always say that's the first time, man. Taking out the motor mounts does not feel right being underneath the car. Like, it just feels like this bolt's gonna come out and everything's gonna fall on me.
You would think doing this before already to get the first engine out, it would be easy to get the motor mount out a second time because I've already done it. I don't know why, but it was lodged in there pretty good. It was kind of a pain to get out. It took me a little bit of time.
So as you guys can see, it's kind of a pain to get out of there. And so I want to see if I can jack up the engine a little bit, and if jacking up the engine might make getting that out a little easier. Let's see.
So my idea to jack up the engine actually worked really well, unlike everything else in this series. So you can see I was able to get the old one out. Definitely needed to be replaced. I mean, that rubber was just completely destroyed and falling apart. And the new one looks much better. We got hardened rubber versus the stock rubber, so it should be a huge improvement.
Just before we get started, one of the things I did was I just looped this whole thing up with WD-40, because to get it slide it into that little area is definitely a tight squeeze. So I was gonna use some WD-40 to hopefully make it a little easier, lubricate it up, and yeah, let's get right back to it.
Yeah, it turns out this job's a lot harder to do when the motor's already in the car versus doing it while putting the motor in the car. This thing does not want to fit in to where it needs to go at all. And honestly, at this point, I was a little confused. I probably spent a good 5-10 minutes, and I was like, there's no way this is gonna fit. But I remembered something.
Getting this this to fit into here is not working. So you can rock this engine back and forth just a little bit. But so in all the YouTube videos I watched, I figured out this meta that nobody talks about. It's called the service manual.
Who would have thought? The best place to get information is not some random YouTuber, but actually comes from a service manual where Honda tells you how to do it.
So what you're supposed to do is, this is your, right here. This is your front motor mount. What you do is you take this bolt off and you can rock the motor back and forth a lot easier, because this is another motor mount. So like when you try and, you know, push your piece into here, right? The motor will move here, look, but it doesn't move a lot. So what you do is you take this bolt out, this, and it'll allow it to move a lot more freely, and you can fit it in a lot easier. So I'm gonna get this bolt out, and I'm gonna see if the service manual actually tells you the correct way to do it. So we got ratchet over here, socket over here, and this was not very hard to break at all. Well, I can't do it with one hand, but yeah, this is coming out super easy.
Of course, the last bolt wanted to be the most difficult. As you can see, I have to kind of maneuver the mount around just so I can squeeze that last bolt in. And it definitely took me a couple tries. I was under here for probably 5-10 minutes trying to get this thing in, but eventually it does go in.
We finally got the torque mount in. Just gonna clean up some stuff. Next time, we will definitely be doing these shifter cables. They're coming in, only a couple more days before they arrive. But yeah, I was gonna torque down. Where's my torque? I don't know where my torque wrench is. There's a box for it somewhere. I was gonna torque down those 2 bolts to keep the motor mount in. Unfortunately, they broke. Or my torque wrench broke. Like it doesn't work. I lent it to a buddy. He gave it back, and it literally fell apart. So I'm waiting for a friend to arrive. But yeah, we're gonna get those 2 last things torqued in. According to the service manual, they're like 67, something like that, foot-pounds. So we're gonna get those torqued in, and then I'll take it for that. Oh my gosh, what is that?
Thank you guys for watching the video today. I was so happy to get my car tuned, and yeah, the first drive went great until I stretched my shifter cables, lost reverse and 6th gear now. The new cables are on the way, and we're definitely gonna be fixing it for the next video, and hopefully the Civic will be fixed for good this time, hopefully. But hey, at least it runs, so that's a win in my book. The engine, the car works, you know. Harbor Freight Tools really came in clutch this time, so remember, at 50,000 subscribers, I will be supercharging this car. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.